Hey, here we are on the day before your speeches. I can't wait. Those treasure speeches are always like the best. So I can't wait to see what you guys are sharing and what you treasure. Right now, I want to just remind you that yesterday, hopefully, you finished your reader's responses and turned them in. If not, you're going to have some work time today to complete them and turn them in. And also that your treasure speech happens tomorrow. So today we are going to get started on your assignment for the day, and it's all about Lemon Brown. So I'm going to ask you to go back into Google Classroom and go underneath where it says the treasure of Lemon Brown and find the constructed response. So it is a CER, open it up. It's called the constructed response. So I'll give you just a second to find that document and open it up. It looks just like this. You will also need to open up the story. There's a link right here for the story. So go ahead and get those couple things opened, and I'll see you back. All right, so today what we're going to be doing is we are going to be exploring our author's craft. We're going to be looking at what our author Walter Dean Myers does well as a writer. And you are going to be selecting one thing that he does well as a writer and then backing it up with evidence from the document, from the story, and then explaining it in just a paragraph response. So we're taking a look at this right here. It says, how does Walter Dean Myers build tension into his story, The Treasure of Lemon Brown? You're going to choose between mood, onomatopoeia, dialogue, action, or description. And you're going to put your response right here where you're going to say, the author, Walter Dean Myers, builds tension into his story by, and you're going to put it in there. Make sure and include the title of the story as well as our author's name. So that's going to go in your claim right here. You're going to tell me what he uses that helps to build tension. You choose. Do you think he uses mood to build tension? Because he does. You can choose that. Does he use onomatopoeias, sound words, or figurative language to help build tension? Because he does. You can use that. Does he use dialogue? Do you think that he used action? Do you think that he used description? You can choose any of those, and that's where you're going to put your claim right in here. So take a second and put your claim. All right, you can see mine. Please do not copy it because that's cheating. So do your own work. I said in The Treasure of Lemon Brown, Walter Dean Myers uses tension to keep the reader engaged. That's my claim. Now I have to go find some evidence from the story. So now I'm going to go find some evidence from the story that shows, that proves a spot where he's using action to keep some tension going. All right, I just reworded that a little bit. So in The Treasure of Lemon Brown, Walter Dean Myers uses sensory details to create tension. Now, I was thinking of the part where he could hear the scraping noises and the breathing. So I'm going to use, because those are sensory details, so I'm going to copy that, and it's from page 180, and I'm going to paste it in here. I think it took that. Nope, it didn't take that. All right, so I copied that from the text. It did not allow me to copy and paste, so I just had to type it in there. And this was exactly word for word. There weren't any more scraping noises, but he was sure he had heard something in the darkness, something breathing. And now I would have to explain how this helps to create tension, how this is a sensory detail, and how it helps to create tension. All right, and here's the reasoning here. And it's a couple of sentences. Remember, your reasoning should be a couple of sentences at least. This evidence illustrates Greg's fear of what is lurking in the dark tenement building. Readers tense as they wonder what could be in the room. The repetition of the word something adds mystery and suspense to the scene. Now that I know my claim, I've got my evidence, and now I have my reasoning, I need to make sure that I am ready to put it into a paragraph down below. Might have to do a little more than just cutting and pasting. I'm going to have to make sure that I introduce this scene and that I also add in a conclusion sentence when I'm done. But I'm going to start off, this is my basic claim, so I can copy and paste it down below. Then I'm going to put in my evidence, but I know that I need to put some type of transition in here where I introduce the scene. So I might add in something like this. A terrific example of sensory detail adding intention is when he writes, there weren't any more scraping noises, but he was sure he had heard something in the darkness, something breathing. And now I need to put in my reasoning. Notice I'm just using what's in my chart to put it right down below. You should not be copying mine. Remember, you need to come up with your own claim, your own quote, and your own um, reasoning. And now I'm ready for a conclusion. So I can use some transition words like in conclusion or as you can see. And now my conclusion. In conclusion, Walter Dean Myers uses masterful tension to maintain the audience's interest. So there you go. That is, whoa, that is exactly what you need to have in your writing piece. So hopefully you've got yours. You've seen how I've done mine. Now I'm going to ask you to work through yours. Please make sure that you name the technique, you provide the evidence from the text, and you explain it. Don't forget that you have a checklist right here on the things you must have, your thesis statement, complete sentence using the author's name and title, support using specific examples from the text, along with explaining your quotes and examples, and having a concluding sentence to sum it all up. All right, now it's your work time. Your job today is to make sure that you finish your written response and turn it in, that you've completed and turned in your reader's responses, that you are ready to give your treasure speech tomorrow. They are tomorrow. So practice it, know what you're going to say. You don't want to just stand up there and read it word for word. You want to look out at your audience and talk about it. This is your treasure. You are the expert on it. So you get to talk about it. Remember, it's a mini speech. It's only 1 to 2 minutes, so it's not huge. Virtual kids, make sure that you're videoing that 1 to 2 minute speech and attaching it to your document. All right, guys, I can't wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow is speech day. Finish your work, and if you have extra time, practice your speech. Give it to a crewmate or get into your independent reading books.